Hey guys, this is Dr. Forrest Irons, also known as Frosty. Now, who started the chili dogs? Is that a?
I think Eddie did.
Yeah, it was
Eddie Matusak?
Yeah.
Okay.
It came from when we started running the other teams' plays against the starters.
Yeah.
They needed the guys to go off down with Howard Shannon, and we learned the plays and run them against the starters, and so we just called ourselves the Chili Dogs. Don't ask me why.
And what was the main role of the chili dogs on the team?
Well, we held down the other end of the bench where the players that played sat, so it didn't fall over. That was a big thing, and we kept each other company.
Yeah, that's good.
During the game, and
you supported each other.
The beauty of it was we saw a lot of great basketball and didn't have to buy tickets.
I remember though one game, one of the things Tex would do is you never knew who he's going to call in the game, didn't you? And I remember you were called in, had one of your big games you couldn't miss. You remember what game was that?
Indiana. When I was a senior, it was the best game I ever played. He just told me just before we were getting ready to start the game, but I was going to start, and I'm looking around. You got the right guy, and it had an all night that was just unbelievable. Everything went in. But
I kind of remember that. You were just couldn't miss outside the Russell flag. Talking to Jim Baxter from.
It was a brief time.
But that was against Indiana. Didn't you have like 20 points or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in that.
Van Arsdale twins were playing then, and that was a big deal.
15 minutes of fame.
Right. But the other thing, I always call that when Tex would get upset with the starting five, he'd go in, and I called it Fanny's gun. He'd walk along the bench and he'd start going like this, and you'd end up with five guys. But a lot of times you didn't have a center, or you might have three guards and two forwards, and of course with the offense you were going to end up in the right place anyway. But it wasn't there for that purpose. It was just to change things so much that maybe that screw up the other team.
Yeah.
And then you do that for a couple of minutes, and if it worked, fine. If it didn't, he just took you out and put the guys back in.
Yeah.
But it was you'd get out there and you're kind of looking around and see, well, who'd we get? Who have we got here?
Yeah.
And I can remember times that we didn't have a center, or we'd end up with lots of shooters and no height, but it was the effect, and it worked.
It worked, yeah. Now, when you left K-State, what did you do after leaving K-State?
I went to work for IBM.
IBM?
In the computer business.
Okay. And then?
Did that for 13 years. Well, 2 years in the service.
Yeah.
I was at Fort Riley, 1st Infantry Division when I was in the Army.
Then
Vietnam vet. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, wow, yeah.
So then I went in the PepsiCo system.
Yeah, with the Pizza Hut, that's right.
Did that for most of 16 years.
Okay, and what are you doing now? You live in Florida, right?
In Florida, and my wife and I own a business that converts residential homes into assisted living facilities for elderly people with dementia, Alzheimer's, and we take care of them 24/7. We've been doing it now about 18 years.
Okay.
So we've got 8 homes.
That's great. Well, good to have you back. I enjoyed those stories last night.
Always a pleasure talking to you.
Those were great.
Good Hayes.
Thank you.
Arch rival.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hayes and Russell. We were
dragouts.
I know that was a big rival back then. So, well, I'll ask this guy a little bit. We got Frosty Irons, Dr. Forrest Irons from Casper, Wyoming. What was it like in the training room when all these guys came in? And
chaos.
You and Porky Morgan, tell me about Porky. You and Porky Morgan were very close, and you were his assistant trainer, and you said you got the job because somebody in your fraternity?
Gary Delford, Doc Delford. Yeah,
it's just the coaching staff seems to be difficult here.
So he introduced me to Porky, and we hit it off, thankfully.
Yeah.
And, so for the next 4 years, I was Porky's head guy, and It was a lot of work. Now I think K-State's training staff numbers about 40, and there were 3 of us to cover all the sports for Kansas State University. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun.
Tell me about the night you were the assistant trainer, but you were the head trainer for the Chili Dogs. Tell me about the night that Ed Matusak had the double zeros on, and you guys pulled a little bit of a little joke on the crowd watching the warm up, and also Tex.
Well, Tex, as you recall, Tex, his distance vision in particular was a little spotty, and so we were out there. The team was warming up. Tex hadn't come up yet, and I'm not sure it was Baxter's idea or who, but anyway, Eddie's number was 00, so on the back of his warm-up, we made eyes and eyebrows and so forth with the zeros, and so he was out there running around doing his drills, and finally Tex came up and he started screaming, "What's everybody left? What's Matusak?" We were all just going crazy on the over on the bench. I mean, everybody was in on the joke except Tex.
Tex didn't know what was going on.
The crowd thought it was great.
Yeah, that's good. Then you left K-State and you worked your way through dental school, and you were the trainer with the Kansas City. What years were those?
For the Chiefs, 63 to 67. Went to Super Bowl #1.
Wow, that was great. What was that like working with Glenn Dawson and all those?
Great fun.
Great fun.
Just great guys, and Hank, he was a very loyal. He was loyal to his people and vice versa, and so it was a very tight. This is way before free agency and
I never used one of those.
All the agents and so forth. So every year, basically, it was the same team, and we got to be pretty close. So, just great guys, and so it was great fun.
So the Super Bowl, and now you left dental school, and I know you were on the faculty at North Carolina. You and Bill Guthrie are big friends and still talk a lot. Bill Guthrie is the former assistant coach at K-State, and North Carolina assistant for many years with Dean Smith, and head coach for.
So I started 2 Final Four appearances. Bill and I have been friends since '59 too. He was a senior when I was a freshman.
And I got about 14 and a half.
Then he stayed on as a graduate assistant and so forth. And so when I moved to Chapel Hill, we've been in touch for years, but we reconnected. He's just a great guy and a great friend.
Well, we enjoyed the other night. Thank you for that wonderful dinner. We went down to Harry's, and we'll hope to have you back again. And this has been a fun reunion. So I'm talking to Dr. Forrest Irons, also known to us as Frosty, but great to have you back.
Thanks, Larry.